Starting any kind of business can feel like a bit of a monumental endeavor, and sometimes it can be tough knowing exactly where to start. Now, if you're just getting started with self-publishing, you might be a bit confused as to whether you need to make it official with a proper business that's been registered, and if so, what exactly you need to do. So let's talk about firstly if you should start a self-publishing company, and if so, when. I'm Rachel Harrison-Sund, and I help people generate passive income creating and selling journals, planners, notebooks, and more on the Kindle Direct Publishing platform. If that sounds cool, please do hit that subscribe button and hit the bell too, and that way you'll be notified every time one of these videos comes out every single Monday. Now, first off, pretty obvious, I am not a lawyer, so this is not legal advice, and it shouldn't be taken as legal advice. Now, also, the process for starting a company is obviously going to be different from country to country. So I'm not going to be going into all of the ins and outs of the various business structures, which one's going to be right for you and so on, the exact steps involved in structuring that business. But I am going to give you kind of a basic overview based on my own experience. So firstly, there are quite a number of benefits to starting a real registered company for your self-publishing business. Firstly, you can write off any expenses that you have. So keyword research tools, design software, fonts and images that you use for your books, outsourcing, advertising costs, anything like that can all be written off. Next, you're going to save money on taxes. Next, you're protected, if you're ever sued by anyone for any reason or another. Your business can be held liable, but you and your own personal assets are not going to be at stake. Another added benefit is that you can have more than one KDP account. So your business is a separate legal entity. So having one under your name and another one under business name with its own tax identification number is within KDP's terms. But none of this means that you should necessarily start a company. And in fact, almost no one should go through the process of registering a business when they're first starting out on KDP. The reason for this is that starting a company takes time, effort, and financial resources. So it's not something I recommend for anyone until they have a proven business. And by proven business, I mean a person is generating consistent revenue month after month for at least a few months. It's best to put your time and effort in where it counts most in the early stages, which is validating your business idea. In this case, validating that you can make money selling books on the Kindle Direct Publishing platform. If you're new to self-publishing, no matter how jazzed you are about this opportunity, there's a chance 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, you're just simply not going to want to do it anymore. So take the time to go official, wait until your business is a proven business, you've got positive cash flow, and you know that it's something that you're going to want to do for preferably years to come. In terms of earnings threshold, there's not really any magic number here. It's probably going to be different for everyone depending on how much income you receive from other sources, if any. So this is a conversation best had with your accountant. They can help you determine when it makes financial sense for you to incorporate, or if you're in the United States, form an LLC or maybe even an S Corp, depending on the nature of your business. We'll kind of get to the basics of those in a little bit here. Personally, I didn't set up my company until I was generating $100,000 a year. Probably could have done it sooner. I just simply didn't. Now, once you've decided when the right time is for you to officially become a legitimate business, here is what to do. Number one, you're going to choose a name and consider if your business name is going to be customer facing or not. If it's customer facing, as in you want to place your business name inside all your books or create a logo using it, then be sure your name is relevant to the publishing world. Now, once you've got your name, make sure that name isn't already in use anywhere else within the publishing industry. Preferably not in use anywhere, just to avoid confusion. Now, if your name is already in use, you're probably going to get denied in your application to register your business, so you definitely do want to check that out. Also, you want to check for trademarks. If you plan on selling your books in the US, check out the USPTO database, which I'll link to down below. You want to just make sure that no one has applied for trademark on whatever that name is. You're also going to want to look into your own country's trademark database as well. Once you've got your name, choose your business structure. Now in Canada, the three main business structures to choose from are sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. In the US, you've got sole proprietorships, partnerships, corporations, S corporations, and limited liability corporations, otherwise known as LLCs. Now, what you choose is going to be determined by your business goals and the reasons that you want to form a company to begin with, and probably some other factors. I'm not going to go through all of these structures right now, but I'll leave links below so you can find out more about each one of them. But most commonly, if you're in the US, you're probably going to want to form an LLC. In Canada, I'd recommend a corporation. That's what I did. And the reason being is that the LLC and the corporation, here in Canada anyways, are going to provide you more legal protection and bigger tax benefits than simply setting up a sole proprietorship. As I said, I'm in Canada, and a corporation is what I set up. Once you've got your business structure decided on, you can choose a location. So you're either going to want to choose to use your own address for your business, or you can choose to use a separate address. For me, I set up a business mailbox with a real street address in my city so that I didn't have to use my home address. I know that in the States, many people opt to set up their businesses in other states that have lower taxes, so that might be something that you want to look into if you live there. Next, you're going to officially register your business. Depending on where you live, you're going to want to look up exactly how you do that in your specific location. And if that involves anything further, such as maybe you have to separately register with your country's tax collection agency or something like that. Now, after you're official, you're going to want to set up your business bank account. Never, under any circumstances, allow your personal and business finances to commingle. It is a recipe for a big headache at tax time, or worst case scenario, it's a disaster if you ever get sued. Remember, one of the main reasons to set up a company in the first place is to protect your personal assets. So if there's no delineation between your personal and business assets, your protection, it goes right out the window. Now at this point, you are legit. You're now ready to switch your KDP account over to your new business. So send them a quick email letting them know that you're going to be swapping out this information. Then just go ahead and take out all of your personal information, like your name, your address, your tax identification number, banking details, and replace it all with your new business's information. And you're going to be set in probably 10 minutes. And that's it. You will then be officially operating as your new business, fully legit and ready to rock and roll. Hope that helps you to determine if you're ready to start a self-publishing company, as well as how to do so. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, share with anyone you think is going to find it helpful, and then be sure to check out this video next on how to target different marketplaces with your low-content books on KDP. And if you want to learn more about publishing low-content books on KDP, download my free guide, 3 Steps to Publishing Your First Low-Content Book in Less Than a Day, linked to down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.